Previously on WFX Overload.
You are nothing but two fat guys. I sure like to know what you guys doing for your belly so I can do for my arms. You are nothing but pencil geek necks, both of you.
Why don't you go take a shower, rest up, and we'll see you guys next week.
Next week? You want it next week? We'll see you next week. Hey, we'll see you, old man.
Eugene distracted. Wow! What a side slam! Hooks the leg. No! He got him!
Victorious in his
Spectacular
first
got him.
match!
Hello, everybody, and welcome once again here another week on WFX Overload. Dave Thomas alongside Mike Davidson. What a way to start the show.
Well, it's always what a way to start a show with you. You're just happy to be here. This is the Brothers in Flight taking on Apoc and Thorn from the Brotherhood. And this is a match, a first-round matchup in the WFX One World Tag Team Championship Tournament.
Well, we saw these guys a couple of weeks ago, and I don't know very much about them other than they're two very talented, high-flying athletes.
And they came up on the short end of the stick in their debut in WFX when they surprised Kevin Chevy and AJ Sanchez. They weren't good enough that night. Kevin Chevy and AJ Sanchez last week advanced to the second round of the One World Tag Team Tournament and by beating Midwest Ground and Air. So whoever wins this match goes on to take on Chevy and Sanchez in the second round.
Well, it's an exciting tag team tournament. The brackets are set, and it's going to be a big challenge for these two guys right now.
The competition is stiff. The Brotherhood have been running amok around here with their alternative lifestyle that I talk about on a weekly basis. And you talk about it, Thorn and Apoc have quite a size advantage over the two Brothers in Flight.
Brothers in Flight. I like that. I like that name, as a matter of fact. I didn't know that was what they were being called.
Well, that's what they told me they want to be called, and obviously there could be a conflict of gimmick with the Brotherhood who maybe want to keep that to themselves.
Conflict?
A conflict.
All right.
Here on Overload.
Wow.
And I thought I was going to get a rare moment of civility.
No, you could be right, actually.
You know, I got to say something about the Brotherhood. I have heard, after last week, you know, there was some trouble where Gangrel was upset with Thorn or Apoc for costing him. He was upset with Apoc for costing him his match by DQ with hotshot Danny Duggan. There has been some internal strife, if you will, where Thorn thinks he should be the leader of the Brotherhood, and Gangrel is the leader of the Brotherhood, or at least certainly asserts himself as such.
Yeah.
And Apoc is sort of like their follower.
Well, I think he just kind of goes where they tell him.
Well, that would make him a follower.
Exactly.
If you get
That's what I'm
directions
saying.
and you follow them,
That's
you're
right.
a follower.
That's right. Now, here's the thing, though, with the Brotherhood. Do we know for sure? Well, I guess
Quick start.
Wow. I guess I was going to say, do we know for sure which two are always going to be scheduled to tag together? I mean, right now, I understand this match in the tournament, it is supposed to be Apoc and Thorn, but could it be, are we talking maybe like a fabulous Freebirds deal?
You know what, I don't think the WFX Championship Committee would allow three people to defend the tag team titles.
Well,
so
I would hope not.
Should Thorn and Apoc be successful in this match, they would have to go to the second round. They couldn't substitute in Gangrel.
Okay, well, that's good to know because we've seen things like that, you know, over the years. Oh, my God.
Beautiful. I'll tell you something about this. This is Camikazee, I think.
It's either Camikazee
the guy
or
in the
Eclipse.
green, whatever he is. Anyway, he is very talented.
Well, he just dropped an elbow into the mush and going to the top. Wow, what athleticism. Look at that cartwheel from the top into a crossbody. And only a 2 count.
But hey, you got to admire his fire early.
This guy here is Eclipse because you see, it says it on the back of his trunks.
Well, there you go. I guess, you know, that's what I like about you. You're astute and observant.
I think you're only a few letters off. Tag now into Thorn, and here's the aggressor with a drop toe hold, mind you.
So oh, they didn't tag.
No, they did not, but they do have a 5 count to get in and out of the ring.
The Brothers in Flight are supposed to be fan favorites. They really shouldn't do stuff like that.
Well, I think against a team like the Brotherhood, you know, you might have to take every opportunity you can to, I don't want to say, oh man, I don't want to say to break the rules, but perhaps bend the rule book to give yourself a bit of an advantage.
I will say something about Thorn. Superstar. But he is a well put together athlete.
Oh, this doesn't look good. And that is going to loosen up some teeth.
That'll send you right to the chiropractor.
I would think so. Tag into Apoc.
Also known as the follower of the Brotherhood.
Really? You had mentioned that.
Well, apparently he's not into that alternative lifestyle stuff. He just thinks Gangrel and Thorn are cool.
Well, and you know, if they've accepted him to be part of the group, that's okay.
You know, when I was a 13-year-old and they were smoking in the schoolyard, I used to think I wanted to be in that crowd, but I didn't follow them.
Well, you know, we here at WFX Wrestling don't condone underage smoking. As a matter of fact, we don't condone smoking at all. And I can tell you, as a former smoker, you don't want to do that.
That's just brutal what he was doing there. He's driving that forearm into the mask of Eclipse and into the eyes.
Picking him up now. And a body slam with authority. And now making the tag.
As opposed to being a submissive body slam?
Well, a little bit of both. I notice, Mike, you like to really critique a lot of the comments that I make during the commentary.
Well, sometimes they bother me, so I have to point them out so you'll get better. I'm trying to train you here, kid.
Double elbow from the Brotherhood, and now down for the count.
I have to say, you've probably heard me come down on the officiating at WFX, and there's the senior referee, Kelly Russell, and there's the lush referee, Kenny Rogers.
Come on now.
My favorite referee is Scotty Bowman, because he honestly tries his best in there.
Small package!
He was right in position. He anticipated the small package.
Thorn cuts him off with a clothesline. You know, something we should mention about the referees, I think it's safe to say, whether you have your opinions or not, being a referee, number one, is a very difficult job. You can't have eyes in the back of your head. But I think all three officials currently in WFX are very talented. They're probably at the top of their game.
Well, Kenny Rogers is an ageless wonder.
Well, you might, I was going to say, you might disagree with me on some things. But, and, you
know,
know,
he fell hard on the cement.
Man. Now, see, here's where the 3-on-2 advantage.
That thing he does to the throat, it should be banned.
It's devastating without any question.
You take a shot like that to the Adam's apple, you're going to feel it for a week.
Wow! Where's Danny Duggan?
Pops up, Danny Duggan makes himself known.
Duggan coming from out of nowhere and attacking. Oh, my goodness. Oh, now he's cut off by
fire
Thorn.
From Duggan.
Duggan's still on fire, taking on both Thorn and Gangrel, but the numbers are too big. Oh, man. What's going on inside the ring? Double suplex. Eclipse hooks the leg. He got him. Mike, he got him. That's got to be a major upset.
It is a major upset, but Danny Duggan. Now, that's amazing. It wasn't a disqualification that Danny Duggan was laying his hands on Thorn.
Well, I think if you saw, it was either Eclipse or I'm not sure, or Camikazee. One of them had referee Scotty Bowman. He was turned.
See what I mean about dissension in the Brotherhood, though?
Oh, something is not right here, Mike.
Gangrel is furious and beside himself because winning the tag team titles, that's serious bling for the Brotherhood.
Of course, and I gotta say something here. It was Apoc last week that caused Gangrel the match, and it was this week, it was Apoc that got pinned. Now, granted, it was a double T move, and Thorn was outside.
And Thorn just knocked over the stairs there. Duggan, wow, you know, tenacious spirit to come out here and take on Tua. He even the odds tonight. Gangrel being there was an unfair competitive advantage, but Danny Duggan even the score.
Well, Danny Duggan's obviously had enough of the Brotherhood, especially with that weird and freaky.
Yeah, where they hit on him last week.
Yeah, that's probably the best way of putting it, you know. I mean,
whatever.
Hey, kudos to Danny Duggan for taking on literally two guys at once and coming from out of nowhere. He obviously saw that what Gangrel was doing on the floor and was not happy, and he took matters into his own hand.
What an amazing start to WFX Overload. This is what it's all about. Amazing tag team wrestling. The tournament now, it's going to be the brothers in flight. Camikazee and Eclipse are going to go on to the second round and take on Chevy and Sanchez. The winner of that match goes to the final. And just a freak.
Well, and maybe this time they'll be a little bit better prepared.
Well, you know what? But unfortunately, so will Chevy and Sanchez. And look at this stare down on WFX Overload. Duggan just will not turn his attention from Gangrel.
Well, this is definitely eerie. And wait a minute now, Apoc trying to come in, and Duggan defending himself. Now what? Oh man, here comes Thorn. What happened to Camikazee and Eclipse? What's going on?
But hey, kudos to Duggan here. He's handling himself perfectly.
That's Eclipse trying to get rid of Thorn.
A brouhaha.
What's happening? Look at that.
Gangrel, he's smart.
Gangrel saw that he was outnumbered and he took the high road, and that was definitely a smart move.
Hey, these three youngsters are showing the veterans exactly what they're made of.
Well, Camikazee and Eclipse advancing in the tag team tournament, Mike.
Well, there you go. That's exactly what they needed to do with a quick upset victory. They are the victors, and they stand tall.
I'm backstage here, and Danny Duggan, Danny, the Brotherhood clearly has it out for you. What is going on here?
Shea Madison, I've been winning a lot of matches as of late, but I definitely don't feel like a winner. I've been getting beaten up more than I've been beating people up. I don't know what the Brotherhood's intentions are, but they're going to stop. In fact, they're going to stop tonight.
Eugene. Huh? Eugene, buddy, I've been looking for you all over today, man. Where you been?
I'm just sitting here.
Listen, man, I know you're still upset about what happened to you last week, and I know that the way that Jessie and Johnny Fairplay screwed you over isn't right.
They beat me.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. That Johnny Fairplay and that big brother guy,
Yeah.
they're not going to finish this nonsense. We are.
Johnny Fairplay told me he was my friend, but he wasn't. He lied to me. Wavo, are you my friend?
Eugene, I might be your only friend. But yeah, I'm your friend. But let me tell you something. Today's a new day. Let's turn that frown upside down. Come on, let's go get some ice cream.
Can we get Rocky Road?
We can get Rocky Road.
Let's go, Wavo. Yeah, Rocky Road and ice cream chips and chocolate jump.
Dude, like you beat Eugene.
It was beautiful, right? It was beautiful. It was spectacular.
Spectacular. I mean, like
With continuously.
dude, I love it. And
Awesome. Continuously awesome.
dude,
My first win, man.
And you had Johnny Fairplay there too.
We did. You did great.
I did. Hey, did I tell you that you were gonna beat Eugene?
And now we're here.
Now
It's
we're
great.
now we're here on Eugene's dime. We are reporting on Eugene's money.
You guys are from TV, right?
Whoa, hey, I'm Johnny Fairplay, Survivor, a bunch of other shows.
And I'm Jessie from Big Brother. Are you a fan? Of course you're a fan.
Yeah, he's Mr. Spectacular. I'm Johnny Fairplay, reality TV icon.
Jess?
Shouldn't you guys be more concerned about your rematch you have coming up?
We just beat Eugene. We don't have a rematch. I have power of attorney over that guy's contract. There's no way we have a rematch.
Yeah, your rematch with Eugene. It's all over the WFX website.
Rematch?
There's no way. There's no way we can't have a rematch. We're done.
What are you talking about? Rematch?
Yeah, and there's a celebrity referee.
Hey, we're cool with celebrities.
A reality TV star.
All right.
Hey,
And apparently he doesn't like either one of you.
That's not possible.
that's ridiculous.
That's not possible.
That can't happen.
Everybody loves me. I love me.
I have people that don't like me.
Everybody loves me.
I gotta make a call. I mean, like,
Everybody loves me.
I love you, but like you don't want Eugene. Like, I gotta go. We gotta fix this.
Well, you know, Mike, quite a lot happening now. Wow.
You know what I'm surprised about?
I don't even know what.
Johnny Fairplay and Mr. Spectacular are at the lounge, and Kenny Rogers, the lush referee, was nowhere to be found. Maybe our prayers have been answered, and he's back on the wagon.
You know, Danny Duggan saying he's going to settle the score. Wave star. I mean, hey, he and Eugene are going for ice cream. Hey, that's pretty
Wave
good.
should be focused on matches at hand.
Well, I'm curious, who is this celebrity reality TV star coming next week?
I guess we'll have to find out by checking out WFXWrestling.com. But hey, how about Prime Cut Jon Cutler here in a match to test him?
Yep.
Who is this?
I don't know. We're going to find out.
J.J. Laracque.
Oh, J.J. Laracque. Did you know anything about it?
Well,
Or
it's
is
a
it
big
Laracque?
debut for J.J. Laracque.
Oh, it's Laracque. I'm
He's
sorry.
enjoying his moment in the spotlight.
Well,
hey,
sure,
he's
you
a
know.
big guy, though.
You know what?
Sometimes those big guys are deceptively strong.
That's right. He's a big boy, and you know maybe we don't know anything about him. Maybe Cutler is going to have a.
quick
look at
start.
that. He's going. Oh, well, Cutler cut him off pretty quick. No! Right off the bat. No. He's not softened up enough, Mike.
That's got to be 290 pounds.
Oh,
to
at
get up on
least
his
you know
shoulders.
he's not softened up enough, and Cutler wasn't really ready to get him up. Oh, big arm drag.
Jon Cutler has shown me a lot since his opening match lost at Wave Star a couple weeks back. But you know what? He's actually come a long way, and I like his fire. Even though I don't like him because he's a love maker and not a fighter.
Well, you know, call it as you will, Mike, but J.J. Laracque giving him probably a little more challenge than Cutler expected. Wow. That was a
I didn't
tremendous
expect
belly to
this
back.
from J.J. Laracque. I'll tell you that right now.
How could you expect anything? You didn't even know who he was 3 seconds ago.
Yeah, and if we did our homework, we would have known J.J. Laracque didn't have much of a bio on our sheets. But, hey, give him some credit. He's 290. He looks like a fine physical specimen who's a formidable challenge. And see, a formidable challenge to Jon Cutler is what I was saying.
That was a slam with authority
Knows
again.
to hook the leg.
Yeah, he does absolutely. I mean, he's got quite the heavy upper body. I mean, holding a leg is only.
Oh no, I think
holding
he's
a
a
leg
heavy whole body.
Well, you could be right there too. You know, any advantage he can get. Now, this might be a bit of a mistake, Mike.
A bit of a mistake.
You know, number one, Cutler is not, well, Cutler's down.
Wrestling,
wow.
Wrestling for Heavyweight Dummies guide.
Oh! Impressive nonetheless. He just did a fantastic moonsault. I mean, Cutler was...
What he missed is not fantastic.
Hey, I can't believe
It's
he
a
made it up
failed
to the
effort.
top rope. Never mind.
A failed effort.
A failed effort, but a big moonsault.
But he's up for a clothesline. Oh,
wow.
You know what is with the close? I said Scotty Bowman was a good ref, but he hasn't even admonished Jon Cutler for those
Nip up
close
Cutler.
fists. So why does he do that drop kick to the kneecap every week?
Well, it works.
Wow.
Face plant into the canvas, going for the pinfall, and only a 2 count.
Hey, I'll tell you this about JJ Laracque. He's already shown me a heck of a lot more than I expected.
Well, you know, he's giving it his all, and he's got everything to gain and nothing to lose, really, if you think about it.
Well, you know what? He's got something going for him. Maybe not.
Oh, wow. Cutler, look at the strength. Mike, look at the strength. He couldn't do it in the beginning, but he connects now.
290 pounds face planted. I'm not surprised that's a 3 count.
He's not going to get up from that. He could have pinned him for the whole week.
Prime cut. Jon Cutler is on an amazing streak. I think that's 3 in a row or 2 in a row after his debut loss to Wavell Star. But hey, he's come on of late.
Jon Cutler is your victor and a fine performance as well. Maybe he didn't know very much about JJ Laracque either. I don't want to say he wasn't fully prepared, but I don't think he expected that.
You know, he defeated Bobby the Fantastic Fox, and hey, this guy is a heavyweight, a good-looking one at that. Not that I go that way, but hey, he's not too bad.
I'm really not going to comment on that, but I will say this. Your winner is Prime Cut Jon Cutler.
And if you want to know more about Jon Cutler, all you have to do is log on to the home of WFX, WFXWrestling.com. You'll find out all you need to know about that love-making Jon Cutler.
Okay.
Thorn, Apoc, the time that once was, will be again. We can't contaminate our bloodline with poison. We can't have mistakes that happened here in the last few weeks. You know what to do. Bring me that pretty boy. And once was, will be again. Believe in it. And the world is ours.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, it gives me great honor to introduce the living legend, Larry Zbyszko.
One of my all-time favorites, the living legend, and he is angry for obvious reasons. Look at that stroll. He's not his same calm, cool, and collected self.
Well, no, as reported last week, both he and Keith Walker fined heavily from WFX management, and maybe he's got something to say.
But Zbyszko's a rich man. Why does he care?
It's a great honor for you to introduce me, but it's a great disappointment I have being associated here with WFX, this WFX nonsense. I want everybody here to know what just happened to me and the human massacre. Do you know what these people had the audacity to do? What the management of this company had the audacity to do?
Fine him.
They have fined me,
rightfully
and
so.
they have fined Keith Walker for being too brutal, for beating the snot out of this idiot Luke the Bushwhacker, like anybody gives a damn, like anybody even knew he was still alive.
Words.
Jesus! Are you people up here just brains frozen and you don't think until July?
He's beside himself.
I came here with a man who I told you was going to be the next heavyweight champion of the world, and what do I get? Do I get thanked? No.
What an ego.
I get fined like it's supposed to be a big deal. It's an insult. You incompetent morons. I've dealt with this nonsense in the WWF. I've dealt with it in the AWA. I've dealt with it in WCW. You people have no idea what you're dealing with. Shut up! Wow. I am not an old, beat-up, bald Steve Austin. Shut up!
Wow. Zbyszko saying it like it is.
You people are not only dealing with the man who retired San Martino and Bockwinkel and everybody else, you're dealing with the man who outsmarted Vern Gagne, who outsmarted the McMahons and outsmarted billionaire Ted himself.
Wow, that's a pretty.
You know, the
pretty heavy stuff.
management told me these idiots had the audacity to tell me that Keith Walker is too dangerous.
Well,
he's too
tough.
brutal. He's too dangerous. Well, duh! What do you think we're playing here, golf? This is wrestling, and this is going to be the wrestling I came from. I'm going to tell you people something. Shut up!
They've obviously gotten to Zbyszko
Let
here
me
tonight.
explain something about your fine. You can take my check and wipe your butt with it.
Come on now.
I pay more income tax than every nitwit sitting out here makes all year. I'm gonna tell you something. Until the management of whatever gets on their knees, puckers up their lips,
Well, this is not gonna
and
happen.
starts sending kisses up to where they should be, I don't know if I'm even ever coming back to this ridiculous frozen tundra.
Well, and I guess he's gonna sit at home then.
Hey, Kip. Minute at a time, man. Hey, you know what? I come here early. I buy new gear. I go tanning. GTL, baby. Gear, tanning, and laundry. You know what I'm talking about. I look like $1 million. But yet, I come here and I see the rap sheet. I'm jobbing to Cutler. Now, what do I gotta friggin' do to get a win around here?
First of all, are you blind, dumb, stupid, or all of the above? You see, I'm getting ready for a very important match. And what you need to do is go whine somewhere else, because I don't have time for it.
Okay, Kip. I'll catch up with you later.
Nikolai, tonight we have to face Chevy and Sanchez. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah? That's not good enough, Nikolai. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Look, these guys may be fat slobs, but these two fat slobs are really putting the boots, giving these guys in the tag division a hurting. I need the Nikolai Volkoff that was a tag team champion. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I need the Nikolai Volkoff that would kick the crap out of whomever interrupted him while singing the national anthem. Nikolai, are you ready?
I was born ready.
Are you ready?
I was ready.
Are you ready for this match?
Yes.
Are you ready to sing the national anthem?
Yes.
Hell yes, come on!
Come on.
Here we are back at WFX Overload and a legendary
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hall
boys and
of
girls, this is a
Famer.
tag
beyond
team
legendary,
match.
Mike.
He is as good as it gets.
You know, this is going to be quite the challenge,
Weighing in at 490
not only for
pounds,
Cannon
Arik
and Volkoff, but
And Hall of
in
Famer
some ways it's a challenge for Chevy and Sanchez.
Well, you got to respect a Hall of Famer, and certainly the fans here at WFX certainly do. And you know what I wonder about? Arik Cannon ponied up to Bushwhacker Luke. He promoted his funeral
It
last
was
week.
not a funeral, Mike. It was a memorial service.
Okay, and now he's he met Volkoff at the memorial service.
Yeah, that was a little bit weird. I mean, he
He's
left
morbid.
He left the service when he saw Volkoff in the crowd, and he went to go, saddle up to him, if you will.
Ladies and gentlemen,
What does
my
he have
new
the
best
guitar
friend
on?
Nikolai
I
Volkoff
don't know.
and we've prepared a little gift for those of you in attendance tonight.
A gift?
Are you ready?
No.
Well, I'm kind of curious. Come on.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, I know what's coming, Mike. Stand up.
No.
No, come on. Stand
No.
up.
What is Cannon doing?
Come on, he's jamming.
Volkoff almost laughed at it. That's how bad this is.
Shh, come on, Mike. Stand up.
Wow.
Hey, that was pretty impressive. Come on. Now, Volkoff, famous for doing the national anthem, the Russian national anthem, and he can still belt out a
Let
tune.
me tell you something about Volkoff.
And their opponents,
He's in for a big one.
weighing in at 630 pounds, Kevin Chevy and A.J. Sanchez.
Nikolai Volkoff told me personally he wants this to be taken seriously. This is his comeback trail. He's a Hall of Famer.
Well, this
and
match,
he's tough. Don't take.
Oh, for sure.
Don't think because he's been, maybe out of the spotlight for a little while that he isn't capable of laying them down and fist fighting with the best of them. But Kevin Chevy and AJ Sanchez have to look at this as a tune-up because they've already advanced to the WFX Overworld Tag Team Tournament to the second round where they're going to take on the brothers in flight, Eclipse and Camikazee.
Right.
This
match,
is an exhibition match.
Yes, this match not part of the tournament. And this match a result of a meeting backstage, if you will, when Sanchez and Chevy basically disrespected the veteran and the Hall of Famer, Nikolai
Kind of like
Volkoff.
JJ Laracque disrespected Kip backstage. But you know what I'm looking at? I think Volkoff he's big. Like, he's 270.
Oh, Volkoff has always been large throughout his career. Always a big, bulky, hulking kind of guy. And you know what? We're going to find out right now if he's still in the shape that he was in.
You know what this reminds me of? When I was like 19 years old and I went to pick up the girl at her place and Dad came to the door and he was going to kick my butt.
Yep.
That's Volkoff.
Well, I think the dad was going to kick your butt because you had to borrow bus fare to get home.
Easy.
Volkoff with a strong hand and a kick to the midsection.
Oh!
Volkoff showing he can still go even in his old age.
He's a house of fire in there.
Wow. Cannon asking to be tagged in.
They kind of look like grandfather and son.
I think the problem. Wow. Cannon is not Russian, if I'm not mistaken. Reversal now. Slammed down to the canvas, and I don't think. Wow, cannonaded to the corner though.
And he tagged him on the butt.
Tags in Volkoff.
Kevin Chevy is one of the most deceptively talented individuals I've ever seen in the wrestling business.
You're absolutely right, Mike, and he's in there right now with a Hall of Famer, a guy who headlined one of the main matches at the very first WrestleMania.
Class of 2005, but he just got shot.
Yeah, he was inducted, I believe, in 2005, correct?
Oh, that's strength. Volkoff launched him. Oh, and a kick low. Open hand, it's okay.
Yeah, but it was to the throat.
His drinking buddy, Kenny Rogers, didn't say anything about it.
Come on, seriously.
What? Does Rogers not look like he's had a few too many tonight?
I'm not going to comment on that as Sanchez.
Referee Kenny Rogers is under the influence. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, Mike. Another devastating shot to the
Cannon's saying, look at my boot, but Volkoff's eyesight is so bad he didn't even see it.
Maybe he dropped a contact
Oh, there it
lens.
is.
There you go. Tagging Cannon back in, and Volkoff, you know what? Not showing much sign of old age. I mean,
no,
he's still the Nikolai Volkoff.
Oh!
That is going to leave a mark.
Yeah, that sure is. And he gets him again. Eric Cannon's usual tag team partner is a man named Darren Corbin, but he's off. He's on traumatic stress leave after what they did to Luke. Apparently, he took it personally. That's 315 pounds.
Now he's illegally choking blatantly.
As opposed to legally choking someone?
I can't even comment on those things, Mike.
Well, you said it was a legal choke, and I don't know that there's any such thing as a legal choke.
Look at the camera, Eric.
Well, folks, if you haven't had a chance to see Cannon up close, he's now up close and personal in your living rooms.
He's a heck of a star.
You know, I think we're going to see some pretty big things from Cannon.
Why do these big guys do stuff like that?
Laracque
Laracque did it a couple matches ago. It's damage to the ring.
Well, you're concerned about the ring.
Well, I'm concerned about their health a little bit, but
just a little bit.
That hard metal does bend under that kind of pressure.
And there he makes a tag to Volkoff, and Volkoff
coming out like a house of fire.
I was going to say not quite the house of fire we would expect.
Yes, a spinning savant kick.
He can still do it, folks. Maybe not quite as fast as he used to, but he can still do it.
He doesn't have to do it fast. It hurts when he does it.
They're mesmerized.
Ow!
Headbutt. Kick to the midsection. Rake of the eyes, that's
And
classic
look, his
Volkoff.
drinking buddy, Kenny Rogers, didn't even say a word.
How do you know they drink together?
They just look like the type that go to the local watering hole together.
Oh, man.
They probably play shuffleboard and drink and talk about the glory years.
What, are they
when
in a
they were
nursing
World
home?
War
Come
II.
on.
Come on! Probably fighting against each other. I
You know, Volkoff now in some trouble, but Cannon seems to think that they over the top rope.
Now, if that was against the rules in WFX, that would have been an instant disqualification.
Yes, but Cannon's oh boy, Cannon's in a heap of trouble.
He's in the wrong place at the wrong time.
He is. Chevy's
with the
got
wrong
him up.
guy.
Oh, Cannon escapes, and a solid right hand. Cannon now measuring. Oh, he's cut off by Sanchez.
Oh, yeah.
This Cannon is very, very talented.
Extremely talented. He's taken a bunch of...
Oh! Then, and you notice Kenny Rogers doesn't even say anything about the closed fist of the jaw.
Are you sure that was a close fist?
Because I bet you anything Eric Cannon bought him a shot.
Oh, come on now. Kenny Rogers is a lot closer to the action. And Zaguri is a lot closer to the action than we are, and maybe it wasn't a close fist. Oh, a malfunction at the junction. Sanchez dropping an elbow on his own partner. Wow! Cannon is a house of fire until now. That's got to be it, folks.
Why did he need the bottom rope? That move should have done it.
Well, you know what? I guess you go back to what you know. And Chevy decided to use the bottom rope for leverage. And you're right, Kenny Rogers, our referee,
Sanchez.
for whatever reason, Mike, did not see it.
Well, there you go. The top tag team in WFX is the team of Kevin Chevy and AJ Sanchez. They've advanced to the second round of the tag team tournament a couple weeks ago, and now they're on top of the world.
Yeah, no more Mr. Nice Danny Duggan tonight. I showed up to take care of business, and business is taken care of. No, that's the last of them. We're not going to be seeing them anymore. All right. Yeah, I should be there in about 20 minutes or so. All right, we'll talk to you later.
He's abducted him. Call 911.
Somebody's got to do something.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is indeed the main event. Introducing, weighing in at 245 pounds, from Edmond, Oklahoma, the outlaw, Charlie Haas.
Charlie Haas here on the CashGoodPointsBad.com main event on WFX Overload, and this is a controversial debut. This guy has not been a free agent very long, but WFX is so good, the free agents come to WFX as soon as they can, and look at him. He's put together so well, and he's so full of rage.
He is. You know what, Mike? I'll tell you, he made some comments towards Kip. And they were not the nicest thing that anybody could ever say, but he's wanting to make a name for himself here in WFX Wrestling.
He says he's the world's greatest wrestler, and this is his chance to prove it, and what better way than in the CashGoodPointsBad.com main event.
And he's opponent weighing in at 270 pounds, from Orlando, Florida, welcome, Kip!
Well, I think it's no surprise as to who the fan favorite is here right now.
This guy has come to WFX reignited. His career had stalled, and he will tell you that, not me.
He did.
And he's come back, and he's hungrier than he's ever been. And you know what? I may be not allowed to pick favorites as a commentator for WFX, but I love this story because it's like a Cinderella story. This is a man who was told, we got nothing for you, go home, you're not good enough, you're too old. He doesn't look too old, and I bet you anything, his talent speaks louder than anything he'll ever say.
Well, I think it's safe to say that Kip is probably in the best shape of his career at this point, and he's got his work cut out for him. You know, you're talking about Charlie Haas. He's a top superstar in the world of pro wrestling. He's traveled the globe, and he's done it all.
Well, you know what? When you see these two in the ring, let's talk about the story here. The story is Charlie Haas has had a career in WWE. that stems back to 2003, I believe.
And he was there more than once. That's right.
No, that's Charlie Haas was there straight through. And now he's tag team champion.
Yep.
Now take Kip. Hasn't been there since 2004, even though he's a 10-time former world champion. The last 5 years have been a bit of a write-off. He is here in WFX. He's undefeated. He beat Mike Logan in his debut match. This is going to be a much bigger test than Mike Logan, I'm afraid.
Well, of course. I mean, you've got two different kinds of, not any knock on Michael Elgin, but two different superstars. Of course, not saying that either one is more talented.
Well,
the other, just a different kind of.
Kip has decided he's leaving. He's not going to wrestle the match.
Oh, look at that. Handing out a T-shirt to one of the many fans here at the arena, and that is something that Kip has always wanted to. You know, he's always been a fan favorite for the majority of his career, and he's always liked the fans.
You know, he's been controversial at times too.
Of course, that's what makes him Kip.
Check him out. That's who you got to worry about. Check him out.
Charlie Haas asking referee Kelly Russell to do the pre-match check with Kip first.
Charlie Haas just looks like a wrestler. He just does. He just looks like a mean guy that'll put you in a hold and make it hurt.
No, you're right. He does have that, he's not the tallest athlete in the world, but he's got that stocky, that aggression. He almost reminds me a lot of Dean Malenko. You know, Dean Malenko, not the tallest guy in the world, but definitely put together pound for pound and a technician, an absolute wrestling technician.
I think we're going to get it started here in the CashGoodPointsBad.com main event here on WFX Overload. And I have to say, this might be our biggest main event to date.
I think I'd have to agree with you, Mike. Two top superstars like we talked about in the world of pro wrestling.
And they're still at the top of their game.
And you know, I don't know if these two guys ever crossed paths in their careers in a singles match before.
I don't know about that either, but I can tell you this. There is a lot on the line. This is Kip's renaissance, if you will. He has something to prove, and it's a very tough proving ground here tonight.
Well, Charlie Haas out wrestling Kip right off the bat.
Brilliant technician.
He is, you're right, absolutely. And referee Kelly Russell looking for a clean break as both wrestlers entangled in the ropes, and he got it. Charlie Haas is egging on Kip, if you will. Letting him know that I had you there, buddy, and I could have done more damage.
Well, they're not buddies. They are not buddies.
Oh, that's right.
Charlie Haas looks mean. Just very intense.
Intense, aggressive, absolutely.
Like I said earlier, he calls himself the world's greatest wrestler. What a chance to prove it here tonight.
He's got a chance to prove it tonight in his opponent, Kip, absolutely.
Thank you for parroting me there.
I was just repeating what you said.
Yeah, that's called parroting.
I understand that. I was just repeating that.
Both men here. The thing with this match is, because there's so much on the line, they're not in any hurry to go in and make a mistake.
No, there's a large and a long feeling out process. Although Charlie Haas catching Kip with an elbow and then a shot to the face.
A little bit earlier, you pointed out that Charlie Haas was not that tall in comparison to Dean Malenko. Kip is 6'6", and I don't think Haas is losing 2 or 3 inches on him, so he's 6'3". Well, nothing wrong with that.
No, absolutely. I'm just saying, I guess I should have prefaced by saying the height advantage is going to go to Kip, but Charlie Haas, no slouch in his own right.
Calling him up.
Not in the best day ever. Hey, come on.
Wow.
That is right in your face, if you know what I'm talking about.
That is some of the best trash talking I've ever seen, and he basically challenged him to take a punch.
Well, Kip taking offense to the comments, and he nailed him twice, and now sends him across, and he misses with a clothesline, missing with a back elbow. Oh! But the kick to the face connected, and there's a pin. Whoa, I thought he was going for a pin.
No, he wants to beat him up.
And
This
Charlie
is about
Haas,
pride.
It is about pride. Charlie Haas sneaking his way outside the ring. And Kip follows behind. Oh, man.
Welcome to the Iron Barricade, Kip.
Anytime I see somebody take a shot in the barricade, I think broken ribs are a possibility. Of course, the ring apron ain't much softer than that, is it?
No.
And now, turning the favor face first.
Oh. He might be broken open. I'm not sure. I think he's okay.
I don't know if he's okay, but
that's intense, though. That, you know, two guys that are so fierce as competitors, taking it outside, right in the face of the fans, and wow.
Kip sending Haas back inside. Now Haas backpedaling a bit at this point.
How much of this is a lack of mutual respect, though? Because I think Kip respects Charlie Haas, but Charlie Haas has been spending all his time trash-talking Kip and Kip's legacy in the business.
That is classic Kip there, my friend. And Kip laying the boots in the corner. He's got till 5 to break, and referee Kelly Russell pulling him back.
You can sure see the difference in the officials at WFX, though. Kelly Russell asserting himself and giving the advantage to Charlie Haas because he took Kip off his game.
Now, that was slightly out of our camera range. I don't think we could get that on.
It was a kick to the back of the knee.
It was absolutely Haas nailing Kip, and Kip is hurt. Yeah. Kip might be, you know what? Kip might be out right now.
If we want, you know, if this is a pro football quarterback, he's down. The trainers are on the field, but because this is a pro wrestling match, and it goes until somebody wins, he won't know how bad he's hurt until after the match.
There's no timeouts in pro wrestling, and Haas, the veteran that he is, wow, shot to the face. The veteran that he is, going after that injured knee. Now he's the cause of the injury, of course. He's trying to work. Oh man,
those
Kip is
punches
going to
are
fight
something
back.
else.
Now look at this. Haas is actually pulling down the knee brace. Oh, exposing the knee and sending that injured leg right into the ring post.
Oh, he's beating him up.
You've said it, Mike. He's beating him up, and he's very proud of himself at this point, too. And I'm telling you that referee's got to get in there and check that, because it's quite possible that Kip just can't continue.
How much of this is rage from feeling like he was underutilized? And I'm speaking of Charlie Haas now. How much of this is making a statement to people who said he wasn't good enough? Because he came out here a couple weeks ago, and last week you saw it in his backstage interview where he basically is said he's better than everybody.
Well, he's just decimated. Oh, he's just attacking Kip's knee. I don't think Kip's going to be able to go on, and you know what? Kelly Russell is checking. I don't know if Kip's going to give up or not at this point. He's not a quitter.
I don't think he'd give up.
He's not a quitter, but Kelly Russell may call the match if he can't continue.
You can't win a wrestling match if you can't walk.
That's right, and you know, the referees have the discretion. If one of the combatants is injured beyond the ability to continue, referees can call the match.
Wow, the fans, though, you hear them, Charlie sucks.
Kip using every ounce of energy he's got to fight back.
The good leg.
Well, exactly. Thankfully, his arms, for his shape, or for his condition, are not in bad shape. But he can't. He's on one leg right now.
Oh, he's got a half wheel on the right-hand side.
Oh! Exposed at knee, and Haas took advantage of it. And referee Kelly Russell once again checking. Haas going for a pinfall. And he almost got him, Mike. You know, like we were talking earlier, I don't
Look at that, knee on knee.
Oh, man. I don't think Kip would ever actually give up. But like I say, this is a situation here where he's risking permanent injury. And these combatants, these are true athletes. They're not going to give up. You know that. But, I mean, it's referee's discretion. He might have to say, look, for the safety of this performance, this combatant, I got to call the match, you know?
A few weeks back, I said when Kip debuted against Michael Elgin, he couldn't afford a loss because his last 5 years have been a lost cause. And right now, this is a major test. He can't afford a loss any more than he could a couple weeks ago.
Well, we're talking about careers here. I mean, you know, maybe Kip has to say to himself, look, I don't want to give, but I'm worried about the rest of my career, what's left of it. I can't continue to wrestle on one bad wheel. Maybe he might say to himself, it's not worth it. It's only one match. Maybe he might say, look, I got to give it up. I got to stop this match. I'm not going to have a career if I don't.
What an amazing game plan from Charlie Haas, though. The thing about Kip is, despite his size, 270, 6'6",
he couldn't even make it across the ring, Mike.
He's deceptively quick and agile, and he took that away from Kip. He took away every strength that Kip has by taking away that knee.
Hey, you can't, like you say, you can't win a wrestling match with one leg, and it looks as though he wants to continue.
Haas is arrogant, though. Like, look at him. He's stalking him and just sitting there and challenging him to get up to his feet, knowing he can't.
Well, the match is in his favor right now. I can't even say the ball's in his court because there's no equal playing field here, Mike.
This is such a major match for both guys in the WFX. One World Heavyweight Championship ratings. Of course, that tournament will come up later this year, and you can't afford a loss here because momentum is everything.
Oh, man. I'm telling you, I really seriously think Kip has got to consider just calling it right now.
I don't think he can consider that.
We're talking about a career here.
No. Dave Thomas, you have not wrestled a match. You do not have that competitive spirit, so don't sit here and try to say that Kip has to call it.
I'm just saying he's got to think about his career.
You know what? Let me tell you something, Dave Thomas. The thing that makes Kip special is that he has never, I don't recall a time where he gave up in a match. And I don't think you're going to see that here tonight in the CashGoodPointsBad.com main event. It is going to take a definitive effort on the part of Charlie Haas to defeat Kip.
Well, right now he's got the advantage, and I'm telling you.
Kip down! Oh, if he'd given up, he wouldn't have the upper hand right now. And if he can get to his feet, he definitely has the upper hand.
He's only going to be able to get to 1 foot if he can, but you're right, Mike. A desperation move. Kip pulling that out of nowhere and connecting with that front neck breaker.
With one leg.
That's right, with one leg, and both men are down.
And it turns that quickly.
Charlie Haas holding the back of his head. You know, it's quite possible that he might have connected with the chin of Kip.
Or they might have banged heads.
Maneuver. They could have connected, butted heads is right.
This is going to be hard for Kip to get to his feet right now, that's for sure.
Kip connecting with a couple of blows to the head. And a third
really
shot.
Being admonished by the referee, whatever I'm trying to say.
Back elbow by Kip. Charlie Haas back to his feet for the clothesline, though. And Kip, now you can see he's still on one wheel now. This is classic.
All of his
Kip.
weight is on his good leg.
Yeah, he's not going to try a splash, is he? I don't think
that's
he
a
can
bad
do
move.
it. I don't think he can do it with one leg. Haas connected, and he almost took his head off, Mike.
He sent him into next week, and I don't even think that Kip will be ready to wrestle next week after seeing that.
I can't believe he kicked out.
That was as close as it gets.
That was 2 7/8 if it wasn't any closer than that. Haas is on fire, and he wants Kip.
Don't wait for him to get up, though, Charlie Haas. Get on him.
You're right, Haas is a veteran. He should know better. He should be picking Kip up and trying to put the coup de grace on him. Finish him off if he wants
What
the
does coup
victory.
de grace mean?
I don't know, but it was a great line.
This is crazy. Just stalking him, but he's giving him so much time to get up.
Kip still fighting back. Haas waited too long, I think.
That's what I really respect about Kip is anyone else would have given up when you said he should.
Famouser! He got him, Mike! He got him with
Now
a
he's
Famouser!
gonna get the pin.
He's just got to roll
It's taking him
over.
too long. I don't think he's gonna get him
He
here.
hooks a leg.
No.
He got him!
Wow.
From out of nowhere, Mike. And that shows you the veteran.
You said he should have given up.
I said I should think he should worry about his career.
Mike,
But
yeah,
nonetheless,
but you can tell he's in a lot of pain.
That's right. Look at that.
You
Mike.
can see it's even swollen. That knee is messed up.
He's holding his knee, and you know what?
He is the
Had he not
victor.
pulled that Famouser out of nowhere, I seriously think that we would have some desperately more damage to that knee.
He is the victor on the WFX Overload CashGoodPointsBad.com main event, and he stands over his man, Charlie Haas, the man he just defeated. And look at the people. They are behind this guy. If you want to know more about WFX, check us out at WFXWrestling.com. That's the CashGoodPointsBad.com main event. Thank you for watching WFX Overload.
Bye-bye.